Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good day everyone. So in this video, I'm going to share with you regarding the things that you need to do for your assessment 1, which consists of two parts. Assessment 1A infographic that carries 10% of your overall marks, and assessment 1B or digital technical oral presentation that carries 20% of your overall marks. Okay. Alright, so the course learning outcome for this assessment that we are going to use is actually to produce a technical product presentation using appropriate skills and strategies. Remember, it is going to be a product presentation. Okay, let's have a look at the instructions given here. Okay, so the assessment is divided into two parts, right? Assessment 1A, infographic 10%, and Assessment 1B, digital technical oral presentation 20%. So on overall, for your first assessment, it carries 30% of your overall marks. Okay, so read both instructions for Assessment 1A and Assessment 1B carefully in their entirety. Okay, though that it is fall under the same assessment, Assessment 1, but some of the instructions for assessment 1A and also assessment 1B will be different. So please read the instructions carefully. Okay, so for this assessment, you are required to deliver a technical oral presentation describing a latest, okay, and existing product. Alright, so the product release date must be less than a year or 12 months, and you are going to assume that you are working for a company and you are representing the company for the Industry Expo virtual exhibition, which will be held from 10 until 12 of November 2021. Okay, right, so over here, since that your presentation is going to be from 10 to 12 of November, assuming that it is going to be the Industry Expo virtual exhibition, so the product release date must be within a year or 12 months than the particular date. So in this context, okay, we choose the 12th November. So please try to make sure that the product that you have suggested, okay, or you are going to propose, it's going to be released in the market by 13 November 2020. Okay, so it is within 12 months or 1 year. Okay, and make sure that the product is to be presented to suit both technical and non-technical audiences. So if you're going to use specific terminologies, okay, make sure that it is easily understandable for those without any technical background knowledge. Okay, right. So let's go in the detailed part of your assessment 1A, which is infographic. Okay, so if you're going to work in a pair, okay, or in a group of 3, remember, okay, you must, number 1, you research the product thoroughly. So where to get the information about the product? Okay, you can find it from the website, okay, official website. You can also find it from the blog, for instance, or you can also find it from the magazine. Alright, so these are some platforms that you can use to find the information about the product. Okay, but let's say one of your group members, okay, or your partner, she or he has the product with them. So you try to ask them to look for the manuals, okay, and then you can try to find the details of the product that you are going to present. Okay, right. But of course, I'm sure nowadays, okay, when you want to look for the detailed part of the product that you're going to present, for example, it is going to be easily retrievable from the internet. Okay, so in a group or in a pair, you need to identify the technical description of the unique parts. So remember, if you're going to work in a group, you need to be able to find at least 6 unique parts of the product, or in a pair, at least 4 unique parts of the product. Okay, and for each of the unique parts, you must be able to describe it technically using sources of description, for example, dimension, color, material use, and so on. Okay, then you need to also explain how each of the chosen unique parts works. Okay, for example, the product that I'm going to present is about cat litter box, for example. Okay, And one of the unique parts that I'm going to highlight will be the handle. So you need to explain, okay, after you have described that handle technically, you need to explain how the handle works. Okay, right. And lastly, you need to know how to use the product and being able to explain to the audiences how to use the product in detail. Right. So you need to consult me for the approval. So we are doing this at this moment by week 3, the second meeting. So in our second class, okay, right, which is today on Thursday, right, you are just required to make sure that you got the product, and then I'm going to go through it and then I will give my approval. So starting from next week, you can start drafting for your infographic. Okay, you can use the presentation outline given in column, okay, under week 3. So there are two types of it. One is for group, another one is for the pair. So you use that template for you to draft your details, okay. Alright, so the first version is going to be conducted starting from next week, okay, which is the first meeting. And then in the second meeting, you're going to have the final draft of your presentation outline. So of course, the first one, I'm going to go through it and then I will share my feedback or comments. Okay, all right. So how to do about it? Okay, I'm going to explain to you later on. Alright, so each group or pair must prepare a one-page infographic poster, okay, as the visual aid. So assessment 1B, which is digital technical oral presentation, you are going to use the same infographic poster that you have prepared in assessment 1A for that particular purpose. For the group, the maximum number of words will be within 300 and 450 words, okay, for the poster. And for the pair, it is going to be 200 to 350 words, okay. And it should be in the size of A1, okay. This is the dimension, 594 millimeter times by 841 millimeter, okay. You need to upload the final description draft of your infographic into Turnitin Plagiarism Checker. So what is it about? I'm going to explain after this, okay? So ensure that you have a minimum of 3 references in APA 7th edition. So you have learned about this, okay, in 2412 English for Academic Communication. So whatever that information that you have taken from other sources, you need to either paraphrase or summarize or synthesize it, okay. I will share the link, okay. I think I have shared the link in our Telegram group, okay, on how to do paraphrasing, summarizing and synthesizing. And you need to put it into references, at least 3, okay. So it can be from the website, it can be from the blog here, or it can be from magazine or any other reliable sources, okay. At least 3, and make sure you write the references according to the APA 7th edition. So number 6 here, plagiarism of any form will not be tolerated. So 0 marks, okay, will be given for the description that contains more than 10% of plagiarism. Right, so insert the received Turnitin result at the bottom of the infographic. So how to put it? Okay, we're going to have a look at it later on down here. Okay, all right. So for number 5 and number 6, once you have completed your first draft, I'm going to give my comment about it. Okay, and then you are going to improvise it. You do the correction. Okay, so the second version that you're going to compile is actually going to be the final draft. Okay, the final description draft, I'm going to collect it from each group or each pair. Okay, so if you're working in a group or in a pair, so you're going to prepare that final description draft, and I'm going to collect only 1 copy from each group or pair, and I'm going to upload it to the Turnitin platform using my own account. Okay, once uploaded, I will generate the similarity index report, and from there we are going to see your percentage of plagiarism. If it is 10% and lower, then you can proceed preparing for your infographic. If it is more than 10%, let's say 11, 12, okay, up to maybe like 20%, so I will give it back to you and I will ask you to redo it, okay? So do the correction, and then you give it back to me, okay, and then I will upload it again in Turnitin and we'll see how from there. Okay, Alright, you need to submit the soft copy of your infographic as well as the Turnitin similarity report, okay, in PDF form. I will give it to you, the report, to the agreed platform. So over here, we are going to use Google Classroom. I'm going to create the topic there. Earliest on 10 November, this is our second meeting, which is on Wednesday, okay, or maybe on Thursday. And latest by 12 November 2021. So 12 November is going to be on Friday. So the last time for you, okay, the due time for you to submit your work is going to be by 11:59 p.m. So if your submission is after 12 a.m., it is going to be considered as late submission. So you need to name the file according to the suggested method over here. So this is for infographic and this is for the Turnitin similarity report. All right. So I'm going to erase it a bit. Okay, so this is going to be the sample of your poster, and this is what you're going to prepare and put in your infographic poster. Okay, give me some time to erase it. So basically, these are the things that you need to have in the infographic poster. So number one, you need to have the header. Excuse me. Alright. For the header, you need to have the company logo and the product name together with the brand and the model number. Okay, so let's say I am presenting an electric toothbrush. So I need to put the name electric toothbrush. The brand is Braun, and maybe the model number is BR1234, for example. Okay, then you go with the definition of the product. You are going to give the product overview by describing it on overall aspect by highlighting what are the main parts and subparts, okay, and how many of it. Then you move on to the unique parts, either 6 or 4 according to the number of people that you are working with, either in a group or in a pair. So for the unique parts, you're going to use the technical description method, which is sources of description. Okay, and of course you're going to have the relevant visual. So you can have the picture in the middle of the, let's say this is the picture, okay, in the middle of the poster, and then you're going to break it into several parts. Okay, let's say 6 unique parts. So this is 1, 2, 3, and so on. All right, and then you need to also explain or describe how chosen unique parts works. Okay, as I have told you. So part number 1 over here, what is it? And then you describe it technically using sources of description. Then after that, you're going to explain how it works. Okay, then you move on to the last part, or the body, in the body paragraph, on how to use the product. Okay, all right, then at the footer part of your poster, you need to state at least 3 references and written according to the APA 7th edition. Sir, can I have more than 3 references? Yes, feel free to. Okay, all right, do not forget to put the company, the contact details. Okay, number 1, you need to have the email. Okay, so over here, let's say my name is Muhammad Syafiqul Zaman. So at, for example, this is the name of the company that I am working with, braun.com. Okay, all right. So the company website, you can take it from the original link in the internet, and the same goes with the phone number. You can just create it, or you can take it from the internet for the phone number. Right, then for the reminder part here, the infographic must include the content as stated in your presentation guideline. So whatever that you have in the presentation guideline, okay, either it is a group or a pair work, okay, the final version, okay, the presentation outline should be similar in the one in this infographic poster. So whatever you have in the presentation outline should be the same as the one over here. Right, and then at the bottom right hand corner of the infographic, you can put the Turnitin similarity percentage. For example, you got to you managed to get 8%. okay, of similarity index report. Okay, and then if you scroll down a bit, all right, basically over here, these are the information on how do we award the marks for you. Okay, so you can refer to column, okay, the copies in column regarding assessment 1A and assessment 1B, so that you will read, or you can read, and then you will have a clearer picture how do we award the marks for all of you. Okay, all right, so enough about assessment 1A, and I'm going to move on to assessment 1B. Okay, so basically assessment 1B, what we have here will be the same, okay, on the front part here. So you can just refer to the previous video, okay, regarding this. It's going to be the same. Then we move on to the instructions for assessment 1B, digital technical oral presentation over here. Okay, your technical oral presentation will be in digital format, meaning that you have to record your video presentation individually. So let's say there are 3 of you in a group, 1, 2, and 3. Presenter 1, presenter 2, and presenter 3. So you have to record yourself individually, okay, presenting about the unique parts given to you. So presenter 1, unique part 1 and 2. Presenter 3, 3 and 4. Presenter number 3, unique parts number 5 and 6. Okay, right, after you have recorded the video individually, then you have to merge it into one video, and for my class, you are required to upload it to YouTube. Okay, so when it comes to the submission, right, later on, other than the infographic and the Turnitin Similarity Index report submission, you are going to share the link to the recorded video that you have uploaded in YouTube. Make sure it is not in public or in private mode, okay? You can put it in public or in an unlisted mode, okay? Alright, it should be submitted in week 5, okay? You have until 12 November 2021. You can start submitting it, okay? Either on 10 of November or 12 of November 2021, okay? Alright, so you will be working, of course, with the same group members or partner for a pair. Okay, groups of 3 will be given 9 minutes to present. So 3 minutes each. Okay, 3 minutes for each individual presenter. While pairs will have 6 minutes to present. So 2 of you, 3 minutes each. So this means each presenter has 3 minutes of presentation time. So it is clearly stated there. So presenters will only be assessed within the allocated time limit. So let's say presenter number 1, you have 3 minutes to present. So whatever that you are presenting after that 3 minutes, okay, will not be counted as your marks. So please do not go beyond the time limit. Okay. Alright, so as you are supposedly representing your organization or company, okay, let's say you are working with the company and you are representing the company in the digital technical oral presentation, okay, I mean exhibition in this context, you must portray a very high standard of professionalism. Okay, which include but not limited to, meaning that, alright, so you can keep these, okay, instructions over here, okay, but if you want to add more, as long as it is professional, then you can do it. Okay, so making professional appearance in the video presentation suitable for the context of the presentation. So number 1 is a must, professional attire. So avoid round neck t-shirt or collared t-shirt. So instead you can use long sleeve shirt with a necktie, okay, or you can use your faculty jacket, or you can also wear a nice suit. Okay, alright, for the hairstyle, okay, for female students, if your hair is long enough, please tie it. The same goes for the male students, okay. Try to cut your hair short and make sure that it looks tidy and neat. Okay, right, if you need to, let's say if you have a longer hair, then you need to tie it as well. Okay, make sure that you look professional. Okay, if you want to wear makeup, feel free to, but do not go overly about it. Okay, next, position yourself preferably preferably, sorry, okay, half part of the video frame. Let's say on the screen, okay, you put it into two sides. So one side is going to be your video and the other side is going to be your infographic, okay, side by side with your infographic over here. All right. Okay, and make sure your audience will be able to see your upper torso and hand motions while you are presenting. Okay, upper torso meaning that starting from your stomach or tummy up until your head, and your hand motions. Okay, let's say if the infographic is on your left and then you want to show that particular unique parts, so you're going to use your finger to point it, for example. Okay, so this is the suggested appearance that you need to pay attention to. Okay, avoid this, no visual aid. Okay, so avoid this, and also avoid this style whereby the size of the presenter is too small over here, and also avoid this, no presenter at all or appear at all in the video frame. Okay, alright, so please make sure that the audio quality is loud. Okay, so loud and clear while or after you have recorded the video on your own. So you need to listen back to the presentation. Okay, can people listen to my voice? Is it loud and clear enough, for example? Okay, and try to avoid or minimize the distractions and background noise. So try to find a very nice and isolated place if possible, okay, or away from other people so that you can record it comfortably. Ensure your video background looks as professional as possible. Okay, you can use the green screen effect, or you can find a clean white wall as your background. Okay, and then each group or pair must prepare an infographic poster. So this is under assessment 1A. Okay, as it is going to be the visual aid for your presentation. Alright, as you can see over here, this is the guideline or presentation guideline for those working in a group or for those working in a pair. So you can refer to this presentation outline on how to record your presentation. Okay, so let's say you are working in a group, okay, 3 of you all together. Right, let me erase the scribbles first. Okay, alright, so let's say if there are 3 of you, so in the beginning this is what you are supposed to do. Okay, and then let's say if you are presenter number 1, and these are the things that you need to focus or concentrate on. So presenter number 2, presenter number 3, okay, will be doing about the same, except that you are going to explain about different unique parts. Okay. For the conclusion part, right, this is how you are going to conclude your presentation. So number 1, you are going to tell the audiences how to use the product. Okay, so this is going to be your first point for the conclusion. Then you're going to summarize your presentation by highlighting what are the benefits of the product. So let's say if people buy or use the product, what will be the benefits? Okay, then lastly, you're going to explain about the limitations of the product. For example, the product can only be used with electricity, meaning that if there is no electricity, then you cannot use the product. And lastly, you end the presentation. Okay, so upload the digital technical author presentation video to the agreed platform. So over here in Google Classroom, I will create a theme, okay, or a topic for the submission and for assessment 1A, which consists of your infographic poster in soft copy version, your Turnitin similarity index report, which I will give you after I have generated the report, and then lastly the link to the YouTube video containing your recorded video presentation, okay, regarding your first assessment. Okay, right, and then if you scroll down a bit more, then you're going to see the scoring sheet. Okay, this is how we award you your marks, okay, for the first assessment. All right, the same goes over here. These are the assessment rubrics. Okay, how do we award, let's say, 2 marks for appearance? Okay, so you can rate this on your own. Okay, all right, so that's all from me. Okay, briefing on assessment 1A and assessment 1B. If you need further clarification regarding this thing, please do not hesitate to ask me in the Telegram group. So until then, Thank you very much for watching and listening. Okay, so I'll see you during the consultation part. Assalamualaikum and goodbye.